Hi. Our recent discussions have concerned some of the more complex sutras in the operation of the grammar. Now we're back to some that are conceptually more straightforward. The next is a Sanya Sutra, giving another technical term of the grammar, a definition. So this is 1160, 53 in Siddhanta Comedy. Adarshanam lopaha. Adarshanam lopaha. Now, to take this straightforward definition or description, adarshanam we can take as disappearing or disappearance. The disappearance of something is called lopa, or contrariwise, lopa describes the disappearance of something. However, Kashika, per Professor Sharma, lists several other included meanings of darshanam. Now, that's kind of interesting, I think, because, of course, a darshanam is from drsh, to see, and it is fundamentally something that is seen or not seen. And disappearing in another mode is, it may be more common than we realize or I realize, but in any case, by the time of Kachika, it became important to make clear the following. Adarshana as not seeing or being seen, ashruvana, not hearing or being heard, anucharana, not spoken, anupalabdhi, not available, abhava, non-existent, and varna vinasha, the loss of a sound segment. Now, I take that to mean as guidance for anyone who is applying the grammar, especially to scripture, to make sure that they're not confused if they happen to be reciting or relating this to someone, that it's gone, 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 which is my translation. Now, this is very relevant to what we've talked about from the very first sutra of the Akshara Samamnaya. As you remember, we have a-i-urna, a-i-urna. And we said that n is it and it disappears. So this is how that comes about. And we have touched on these sutras before, and we will discuss them in more detail shortly. The first is 132, Upadeshe Janunasika it. Upadeshe Janunasika it. In an Upadesha, and sutras are Upadesha, a anunasika ach. Now we know this, right? Mukhanasika vachanonunasikaha. That which is pronounced by the nose and mouth together is called anunasika. And we know what ach is. Ach, an ach pronounced nasally, which occurs in an upadesha. And again, sutras are upadesha. That vowel gets the name it. That vowel gets the name it. Then the next sutra, 133, in Ashtadhyayi, is halantyam. Halantyam. Also a final hull, and we know that hull includes all of the consonants or non-vowels. A final hull also is it. Final hull of what? Well, you can imagine there's more than one point of view, but it applies ultimately both to the Akshara Samamnaya and to any sutra. So the final consonant of a sutra gets the name it. Then 139, and by the way, in Siddhanta Comedy, halantyam is the very first sutra. I misstated that about something or other earlier, but that's kind of shows you both, I guess, how central Bhattacharya Dikshita thought that concept is in his elaboration of the grammar, and also how different the structure of Siddhanta Comedy is than the grammar itself, and we could say the pros and cons of that. So halantyam, a final consonant in an Upadesha or sutra, it gets the name it. Then 139, tasya lopaha. That, meaning the it, is lopa. Tasya lopa. So we've got a nasally pronounced vowel or a final consonant in a sutra or an Upadesha. They both get the name it. Then it gets the name or becomes labeled lopa. It is lopa. And that brings us to today. Adarshanam lopaha. Adarshanam lopaha. Whatever is lopa disappears. Gone, gone, gone. So that's how we came to understand from the very beginning that in I, un, n is a halantyam. It's a final consonant in an Upadesha, the Akshara Samamnaya itself. And that final consonant gets the name it, and it becomes labeled tasya lopaha by tasya lopaha. So the it is lopa, and now we know adarshanam lopaha, the thing called lopa disappears. And that's how we know that when we say a-i-un, what we are really saying is a-i-u. So that's it for now.